All right. Good afternoon, Chantelle. How are you today?
I am great, Danielle. How are you?
I'm really good. It's so nice to reconnect again. We've known each other for quite some time. And
Yes.
fun fact that we both worked at a hotel in Disney, goodness, quite so many years ago. And you worked
Yes.
in the call center in the you were one of the, would it be considered operator communications?
Yep. And front desk. So, yes, if you can do that, you can do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the reason why I bring that up is that you have really great customer service. You always, every interaction that we've ever had, you always have a smile on your face, and it's always a pleasure to speak with you. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do now, is turn the floor over to you. I'm going to let you tell me a little bit about what you're doing for work right now, and then we can talk about what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Well, I have been working for the city of Port Orange for the past year. I am part-time there, still trying to get something full-time, which is kind of hard to do. But I work part-time as a program leader for their Parks and Rec department, and I am housed over at the Lakeside Community Center, which is located next to the amphitheater at City Center. And I work various part-time shifts every month, depending on what events are available. I help basically set up the events, take down the events. I'm the point of contact for the clientele. And then at the end of the event, I follow up with them and then submit all my paperwork to our supervisor so she can follow up with the client after all is said and done or receive any types of payments. And I also am mandatory for 3 events a year that all city staff has to work. It is Halloween, Christmas, and 4th of July. Everything else is basically on a month-by-month basis. So I'm part-time and I can work anywhere from 20 hours to 40 hours, but it's what's available and we all sign up for it. And it's first come, first serve that she assigns the position and the hours to.
Okay, great. So, a Monday through Friday, office hours, you are available to work a full-time position.
Yes, that is
Okay.
exactly what I am looking for. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for explaining that.
Absolutely.
So we talked a little bit about some of the positions I'm hiring for. I'm hiring actually for 2 reception type positions where you're going to be greeting guests as they come in to the businesses and answering the phone. For both of the positions that I'm hiring for, it's going to be also some light office work. Tell me a little bit about your computer skills.
I have basic the Microsoft Office. I do a lot of Word, Excel, a little bit of PowerPoint, not as much, but primarily it's a lot of Word documents, emails, a lot of stuff on the internet, looking things up, and sometimes filing, faxing, and Excel spreadsheets.
Okay. And then we're going to go back a ways. We'll just talk about your Hilton days just because I know what you did there. So
Yeah.
how do you manage time and organization? So like if you have, phone ringing and you've got somebody in front of you and maybe your leader had given you a project that you were doing some data entry, how are you going to
Mhm.
prioritize that?
Obviously, priority in time management is a big thing. I'm a big person on doing a to-do list, like a checklist of, okay, setting priorities of what needs to get done. Obviously, if the phone is ringing and there's someone standing in front of me, I'm going to pick up the phone real quick and say, thank you for calling, blah, 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 blah. This is Chantelle. May I place you on a brief hold? Because I want to make that eye contact with the customer or the client that is in front of me and let them know that, they have my undivided attention because they're right in front of me and they come first.
Perfect. Wonderful. And then as far as being able to multitask and answer lots of calls, when you worked in that call center, that was extremely high volume, correct?
Yes, especially during peak season, which around the holidays. Yeah. Like I said, if
Now,
I can survive working a front desk at a Hilton property near Disney or Universal, I can pretty much do anything. So
now, what about a time maybe when it's not so busy, and you don't have quite as much to do, and maybe you are, just doing some like I hate to call it busy work, but sometimes that's what it is. Maybe like some filing or something like that. How do you feel about that?
I'm all for it because there are going to be times where you're not going to be able to do those things, and those are, to me, they're important because you never know when you need to go back and reference, clientele's file, or look up some kind of reservation or something to that effect. And it's always good to have some kind of organization and filing. And I know a lot of people, I'm old school, I still like to do a filing cabinet. I like to have that paper trail. But I know a lot of businesses nowadays are going digital and they're putting them on thumb drives, which I can do that too. I'm just old school. I kind of like to have the paper. That way you can't say, oh, you didn't lose it. Well, here it is right in front of you. So
Yeah. Absolutely. I do a little bit of both. I've got, some things I file, and then my to-do list, I still like to cross it off, with
yes,
pen and paper. Now, Chantelle, what about if like a package came in? Do you have any lifting requirements? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to have to lift something super heavy, but like a package comes in and it's maybe like 15 pounds or something like that. Are you able to lift that and put that in the mailroom, or would you need assistance for that?
For the most part, depending on what it is, I'm capable of lifting. If I did need assistance, I would ask help, or if there was a dolly or something available that would
Perfect.
be around, that would be helpful as well.
Do you have any type of restrictions, bending, sitting, standing? Are you able to do all of that?
I'm able to do it all.
Okay, I figured so with the job in Port Orange, because you've got a lot of walking, and so the events that you're doing there, that you're when you're there, you're working with the clients for the events. Like, is it like, I'm trying to think of some of the, like, the health and wellness event. I know they do one of those. Like, what are you doing during the events?
It's a variety of events. It can be anything from a HOA meeting to a birthday party to an anniversary party to a wedding. It's a variety of different events. It's not the same event every time. A lot of baby showers and Christmas parties the past few months. And it's just pretty much, I get there usually a half hour before the client shows up. And once they arrive, I introduce myself to them along with whoever I'm working with, because there's usually 2 of us scheduled on an event, depending on the size. And we just walk them through the overview of what they need to do, what their responsibilities are as the clients that our supervisor had already spoken to them about. But we just reiterate everything again and let them know that we are going to be right next door in the office. If they need anything during their event, please do not hesitate to come and get us, whether they need us to put more chairs out, another table, help show them where something is in the kitchen. God forbid if there's something wrong in the restrooms or they need the AC adjusted. We're just there to be their point of contact should something be needed or something go wrong.
Perfect. Thank you for explaining that. I wasn't quite sure if it was like the big city events that I've seen, posted on the website, but this is like a lot of private rentals when people are coming in.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for explaining that. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the recording, but don't go anywhere. We've got a few other things to chat about.